Hi, my name is Arian Beasley. I'm an EDF 204, and today I'm going to show you guys how I can use Camtasia to capture my screen in order to teach, pre-teach, or flip my classroom. I think that this will be very beneficial to me as a teacher because I can use it for many different reasons. One reason that I would probably use it for, though, would be if I were absent a day or if I was sick and wasn't able to come into school. I could leave this video with the substitute teacher, and the substitute teacher could just play the video for my students, and instead of just having to waste a day, and instead of me just leaving them book work, it would just be a lot easier. The students would know my voice. They would be able to understand better. They'd be able to go at their own pace, and it would just be a lot quicker and easier for them to retain the information that it is that I want them to pick up. Facts about our solar system. The solar system consists of the sun and 8 planets, their moons, and other objects such as stars and meteors. It formed 4.6 billion years ago from the collapse of a giant molecular cloud. Most of the solar system's mass is in the sun, and the rest of the mass contained in Jupiter. The 4 smaller inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are mostly made up of rock and metal. The sun. Scientists suggest that based off of the sun's position, puts it in the prime of life for a star, meaning it has not yet exhausted its store of energy for nuclear fusion. The sun is constantly getting brighter. Dating back at the time, the sun was about 70% as bright as it is today. Planets close to the sun. There are very many planets close to the sun. Mercury is the first one that we're going to talk about. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. It's the smallest planet in our solar system. It has a relatively large iron core and thin mantle, which scientists have yet to completely discover. The next planet that we're going to talk about is Venus. Venus is the closest in size to Earth. It has no satellites. It is the hottest planet in our solar system, and it has no magnetic field. Next is Earth, which is where we live. Earth is the closest planet to the sun. It is also known as the only planet in our solar system where life exists. It is also the only planet where water can be found. The next planet is Mars. Mars is much smaller than Earth, very much smaller than Earth. Mars is red because of the iron oxide within the planet. Its atmosphere contains mostly carbon dioxide. Now here, I have created a short quiz for my students to go and take once they have completed taking notes over the PowerPoint that they just watched. In my quiz that I've created, I require students to give their name and their class period. I also give them a brief explanation of what it is that they're going to be tested over, which here is our solar system. I also let them know how many questions that there is that they'll be asked and how many points that they'll be given based off each question. You'll see on some of these questions I have that it is marked required that you answer. I do this because I am basically warning my students that if I require you to answer it on the quiz, that should be a light bulb going off in their head that, oh, this question will probably be on the test. So really, I'm giving my students test information before it is actually given. So here, the students have to answer the required questions in order to submit their quiz. And with these quizzes, I keep them open for my students, and I give them a limited amount of time to answer any of these questions. I know that the students probably will end up cheating or just trying to look up the answers without really taking notes, but what I do know is that in order to answer these questions, they have to read the questions. So the students have no choice but to read the information. So at least if I can get my students to read it once, I mean, maybe that will help them. I mean, it is actually up to them if they really want to take notes and actually want to succeed in the class, but I try my best to set them up for success. Once my students have clicked the submit button, they will be able to view their score first, actually. Once they do submit that, though, I will be notified that they've completed the quiz, and I will be able to see what they have gotten right, what they have gotten wrong, and also the students will be able to see what they've gotten right, what they've gotten wrong. It doesn't tell them the correct answer, so that is another reason why I keep my quizzes open, so that if they know that they got the question wrong, they're not going to know what the right answer is unless they go back and try again. So I just try my best to give my students unlimited opportunities in order to get the best grade that they can on these quizzes. And once they do, and I take their best grade, if they're satisfied with a B or a C, I mean, that's up to them. But I encourage my students that they all try their best to get all the answers right to get A's on these quizzes. Once they have all completed the quizzes, and for the most part, I'm sure a lot of them will probably try their best to get 100% on the quiz because it is graded. I do take points for it. Um, I will put it into my grade book and I will make the test based off that. And that is it. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed.